What's up, guys? Sivir here. Game 4 of the Chinese regional semi-finals Group A. This is do or die for a lot of players. Only the top 4 make it. Oh, and look at this. Oh, I thought they were going to show off their points. But, you know, anyone who is lower in the points right now, Yaga is pretty low. Hong Lian, pretty low as well. Ahao, pretty medium start. Shunga about the middle. They have to start picking it up here, or they are not going to make it further. So, yeah. We'll see what happens, though. Tabbing around to see who's got what. Anything crazy high rolls. Little Yasuo here. Oh, I'm down for Yasuo. Augment in that spot. Gadgetines, maybe Morgana. Yeah, nothing too crazy yet. Okay. I like Augments. Hero Augments. I like 2, but I think probably takes too much time away from the overall balance and negative overall. Yeah, I mean, I also think, well, let's look at Augments here. And look, Speed the Devil, we got Hero Augments. Whoa! It's a 2-1, 3-2-2. We got 3-cost Hero Augments at 2-1. Oh, this is gonna be something. All right, Sivir, another Sivir carry. People love their Sivir carries in China. We have Morgana. I don't know what that one is. Like if it's supporter carry, because they don't have Morgana on the board yet. Shen, look at the number of 3-cost taken. A Jax carry augment. That person is uncontested Jax. Ooh, okay, no, they're cleansing safeguard. I think they're uncontested Jax carry. All right, let's look at what we got here. Ram is carry, Jax carry, Lee Sin carry. Ooh, a time knife game. 2 Morgana support ones, and then Flancy with a Vi carry, and then a Sivir carry. Okay. All right, we got a game on our hands. So one player is playing uncontested Jax carry with RFC already. What an illegal opener. Look, I'm not that much of a Jax believer, but when you start the game off with Jax carry augments with RFC, I think I can be a little bit of a Jax believer. Yeah, the time knife angle should be pretty sick. The Rammus carry angle I'm interested to see, but there is a decent amount of AD in the lobby, so that makes a good amount of sense. I'm just curious if he ends up going for like 3-star Rammus. I feel like you kind of have to, so you actually get value out of it. But yeah, time knife there with just a tier slammed. Then we have this Morgana support. That's Gas Giant Slayer. Okay, so we got this Rammus board over here. It's just the Rammus with 1 Chain Vest slammed and then a Gwinsu slammed. Interesting. I wonder what it's gonna be. Normally Gwinsu makes me think like you're gonna play towards like TF, but you don't really want to play TF with Rammus because like you have so few open slots. So curious to see what that ends up being. If I carry here with the maybe players just really like the BT Vi. I mean, it makes some amount of sense, right? Like it helps her sort of like scale up with the sort of like fake Titans. I feel like you would just prefer like a Deflaw or something on her. I'm down. Tactics.tools explore this on the other monitor real quick. Vi, I mean, maybe I can do it on the main monitor. Unrelenting Force. And then Vi 3-star. Let me just look at this, and then you guys can look at the beautiful production while I do this. And then you go to items on this Vi. You go to Bloodthirster, minus 0.3, so it's not bad. It's actually like decent. It says like Bramble Vest Redemption Declaw are slightly better, but it's definitely not a bad item. Okay, so it actually makes sense if you have those components. All right, let's skip ahead a little bit. Yeah, we're done with Carousel. Who cares? There's nothing, and I can't track everyone. Okay, so Gargoyle immediately slammed for 60 seconds just to give as many resists as possible to this Rammus. I'm really curious to see what this Binsu carry ends up being. I don't know. Maybe it could be Kaisa. We have this Gas Giant Slayer, and this is RFC plus Gunblade slammed. Almost looks like he's angling towards Jax, but I mean, there's no way you're gonna play contested Jax with no Jaxes yet, right? Surely not. There's no way. I mean, that's the peak of Chinese TFT if someone ends up contesting someone else, so there's 2 Jax players in a lobby. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. All right, a little bit of a pivot happening here. I believe in the past. Okay, yeah. He doesn't put the BT on the Time Knife Shen. I believe the Time Knife damage does not proc, does not like give you healing based on it. Like Omnivamp doesn't work with it. I made the mistake of putting a Gunblade on my Time Knife Shen, and it did not go very well. And then I of course went to my my Discord with some of my other high-elo TFT friends, and I said, man, Time Knife Shen with Gunblade is not it. And they're like, oh yeah, it's bugged. And then someone was like, oh, all good. I put 2 Gunblades on. So I guess things could be worse. There's always someone who's in a worse situation than you, so it made me feel a little bit better. 2 Vi's here, 2 Ezreals. I mean, good natural units so far. The second sword's a little bit awkward. I mean, there's good sword items. Ooh, Spat? What is Spat gonna be here? That's nothing super obvious in this build, right? Maybe you go like Heart Spat, Ez or something, but he has no tears. Ooh, I'm curious to see what that ends up becoming. All right, another Sivir. Carry augment player, of course. I think we've seen one like every single game. Has that been true? I feel like I've seen one like at least 3 out of 4 games, this being game 4. It's very strong though. All right, we have a cleansing safeguard. Cleansing safeguard, and then just I wonder what this admin is. They don't have the pop-up for it. It might be. It looks like every 5 seconds. I wonder if it's every 5 seconds gain max HP. It kind of looks like what it is, unless that's like mana. Oh wait, maybe it's gain mana. I would have to go back and see. But either way, that's a quite solid admin if it's either mana or gain HP. Silver augments here. Oh, defender +1 for the Time Knife Shen player in the bottom right. That's huge. The Jax player got Thrill. Pandora's items here for the Vi player. Makes sense, though he ended up slamming Sunfire, which is, I would think, a pretty suboptimal slam on this Vi. Like, I think you would much prefer, like, real items for Vi, definitely. We'll see. But just, like, you know, stuff to make her as tanky as possible. But, yeah. Time Knife player also pausing the game because he said, guys, I don't have Shentu. It's 3-2 and I haven't hit Shentu. Isn't that illegal? Is that, like, allowed here? He does have 6 defender, though, so I don't think he has room to complain. All right, yeah, decent amount of pauses. I guess because, I mean, they're in a huge arena. Like, it's... They're all on, like, different setups than they normally are. So, fair enough, fair enough. True, I paused, too. Fair, fair. Ooh. Wait, what is this board? Cleansing Safeguard Hacker LeBlanc? Also, that was 4 admin there, gotten in by the player on the left there, and the Jax board. They end up taking it out, I think. We're Duelist over here with the Static Shiv Morgana tech. For anyone who has not been in the know, Static Shiv Morgana, very strong because the Static Shiv zaps proc her armor sunder. So you basically armor shred and MR shred like the entire enemy team with Morgana. So, pretty sick. That comp is combine all OP things from previous patches? Yeah, but they're not OP this patch. I guess we'll see. Guess we'll see if they can do anything, but yeah, I don't think they're very good this patch. It was a target dummy first carousel, by the way, because I ended up slightly slipping the carousel because of the pause. Okay, Gargle for Lee Sin. Okay, okay, not slightly. I'm definitely a Gargle Lee Sin hater. Yo, wait, and he slammed his bow on Vi? Wait, what is he gonna make? Zizirot? Or not Zizirot, I mean, you could make Zizirot, I guess. Titans? Titans, BT, Sunfire Vi? I do not know if this is BIS Vi. It's the glitch set, maybe he's playing on previous patches. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm down for that for set 9. One player is playing on this patch, and then one player is playing on the previous patch. They just get to abuse all the OP stuff, and then you can't do anything about it. How's damage calculated then? Is it my units? Like, my units use their armor and MR, but your units use their stats? Like, is it... Okay, yeah, that's just the worst fucking idea I've ever heard in my life. I need to give a hands on what these players are smoking. Tank as hell. Yeah, it's really cool. But, like, this is, in my opinion... actually, no, it's not even an opinion. It's a fact. This is, like, TFT at its best. Once you get to this level of TFT, like, the amount of creativity that you can express is so high. Like, there's so many cool things you can do once you're this good at TFT because you know how to evaluate the strength of all of these different options. It's beautiful. That's what makes this game so cool. Like, that's what makes me fall in love with this game. Like, I'll play a game of TFT and I'll be like, this game's really cool. But, like, some of the most insane, like, my god, TFT is so cool moments I've ever had is VOD reviewing insanely good players. And I go, oh my god, just the level that this player's at. Like, it just shows you. I mean, it also shows you that, like, skill gap is a thing, you know? And people are like, oh man, I'm just the CeeLo because I low roll. Like, get real, dude. Get real. Damn, I low rolled this at 1 Sedge. Oh, that'd be interesting. Oh, okay. I'm gonna stop talking. That's, you know, I'd be down to play some previous sets sometime as like a rotating game mode. I know they have that in China sometimes, where there's like you can play previous sets. You can play in China. You can play previous sets with augments, which is pretty sick. But I mean, ain't no way that's coming to NA because there's no way they have the amount of time. Clancy, I don't know if anyone noticed. I for sure. Oh, Warn item. But Flancy is 8 HP at 4-2. We could see a death before 4-3 carousel. Build your augments here, by the way. On this Jack's board, oh god. Yeah, what are these options? I guess we're taking Defender +1. Either rerolled into that or had no reroll and had to take that, but that's pretty rough. Oh, the Time Knife Shen player? Here, I can move my cam so you can see it. The Time Knife Shen player hit scoped weapons. Scoped weapons Time Knife Shen. My god. But yeah, it's a pretty rough augment for Jack's player. Just Infinity +1's here. The Lotus good. Pretty standard stuff along the lines. There's I don't know what this board is. There's a first aid kit picked here, which is kind of interesting. Here's to see what that board looks like. Whoach indeed. Like, I don't know. Okay. That's a Belveth too as well. But yeah, Flancy, I don't know. I'm curious to see. I think they'll pivot over to Flancy at some point. All right, that's LeBlanc 2. Not bad. We're 1 off Lee Sin 3 still. Really, really need to hit that Lee Sin 3. But yeah, like, this is kind of why I'm not the biggest fan of Gargoyle Lee Sin. Looks like, I mean, he did have the opportunity to sort of build whatever he wants. Oh, wait, this is Flancy playing this Vi carry? Oh god. Oh, it's so horrifying. He's only got 4 Vi's, man. He's got Ascension. Maybe this Titan's Vi can punch through. There's just no way. Is he? He's dead. He is dead at 4-3. Dead before Carousel. It's fortunate for Shunga, because Clancy was holding some of those Lee Sins, but still Shunga's really low as well. My god. It's crazy to think of how high the theoretical skill cap of TFT. Oh yeah, I talked with Archon Pro about this. Like, the best players make infinite mistakes. If you watch any high elo player stream, like, you will see them make so many mistakes, and like, they'll acknowledge it. They'll be like, oh yeah, I didn't. Especially when there will be like a chatter will say something like, oh, wasn't it this here? And they'll be like, oh yeah, I just missed this, or you know, like, because there's so much stuff always going on in TFT. So like, yeah, there's no one really who's playing like perfect TFT right now. Like, we're still so far off from that. There's no and it's not like we have like a TFT engine like in chess to like accelerate our ability to know what's perfect. So we also have to just sort of like figure that stuff out on our own, you know? So it's wild. Man, Chunga, he likes the hackers, huh? He also played that LeBlanc game earlier. Yo, thank you for the sub, Wildy. Wildy, appreciate it. Thank you. 2 months with the people sit. Thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, like, my god. What a lobby. Who's the person who's 81 HP and win streaking? I don't actually know. 33 gold, level 7. Like, they're in an insanely good spot. This is a very, like, top-heavy, bottom-heavy lobby, right? On one hand, we have someone who's 81 HP, and on the other hand, we're gonna have 2 people dead stage 4. 2 people dead stage 4! Last time, in, I think it was the first lobby, we didn't see someone die until, like, 5-3. Insane. I mean, this board looked kind of sus. Oh, okay, so one of the win-streaking boards is 7 Infinity. This is Sivir 3. Man, if there's anything that's, anything veg about this patch, apparently it is Sivir carry augment. We have seen one like every single game, and I think it's top 4 like every single game. It's I mean, these are disgusting augments though. He even gets the Infinity +1. Thanks for the positive vibes, Miso Shiro. Appreciate it. Cat Jam. Of this game doesn't get ruined by solvers? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's what really discouraged me when I was playing poker and chess. I mean, I don't know. I still think there's a lot of beauty to like chess. I don't really play poker, but you know, like especially if you watch like, I don't know, if you watched the most recent world championship in chess, like there were still a lot of mistakes made. So it's not like it's like people are playing perfect every single game, especially if you go to like lower time controls, then like even more and more mistakes end up getting made. You know, it's interesting, like TFT, you know, it's an auto chess. Part of what makes TFT, this is 60 seconds board, so we did end up going for the Rammus 3, and the Gwinsu ended up getting, I think, reforged, because I didn't see a Gwinsu on that board. Unless I just missed it somewhere. But yeah, like, TFT is sort of like part of the reason why so many mistakes end up being made in TFT is the low time control, right? Like, you're trying to roll down and like pivot your board, and you just don't have enough time in a round. Another death here, so we are on to our top 5, almost to our top 4 here. Like I said, really crucial for a lot of these players. Shunga took a bad, had a bad game here. He went 7th, so now he's in a pretty bad spot to potentially advance. Kind of scary. I don't know if Shunga gets eliminated here, I don't know if there's like a way for him to get back. Oh yes, there is a last chance after this stage. So if Shunga gets eliminated here, all good, all good. We could still praise for him in the last chance semifinals. But, man, all I'm saying is, if Worlds this year doesn't have Hwame and Shunga, I mean, I'll be sad. But also, go NA, like, if we allow China to defeat Hwame and Shunga, then I'm sort of thinking that NA might have a chance at Worlds, because I feel like those are definitely the two goats in China. But I mean, I don't know. China's bench of players is very, 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 very strong. All right, so this ended up being a Morgana support, and they're just playing it on a standard Rift Maker, Rift Walker board. There's another Hacker Jax game. It is, yeah, it's the Hacker Mech Jax again, but a much lower amount of success. Kind of looks like, here we go, is going 5th with that board, because he doesn't have Jax 3. He's nowhere near Jax 3, so really sus. And this is, oh, it's the Time Knife board that win streak so hard. That makes a lot of sense. And they're playing just Time Knife, 6 Defender plus threats, using the scope weapons on Belveth, which is one of the best users of it. That's a great board. That's a very strong board. Makes a lot of sense. They just become more about memorizing lines of play instead of creativity. I mean, the nice thing about TFT is you're never going to be able to memorize lines, you know? Like, you're never going to be able to be like, oh, okay, if I hit Nasus plus Kale opener, then I'm always supposed to sell the Nasus and hold the Kale, because 56% of the time I'm going to get dropped these duelists. Like, you know, you're never going to be able to solve for that in TFT, because there's just too many, like, branching outcomes, you know? Like chess, it's like, I play this, and then you have, like, a few different moves. TFT, it's like anything could happen in, like, a single round. There's so much variance. Rolling down for Jax 3 here, but, I mean, we're pretty far. Oh, rolling down to remake to move JG. Okay. So you have a slightly better Jax side. I mean, he's definitely just playing for 4th this game, right? This is not a game that he can ever play for top 2. So he opts to cap out his board just to save a little bit of HP, but I mean, still, I mean, there's no way. There's no way. That board is too bad. Ooh, another player almost dead, but we have our top 4. Mort's talked about chess bots versus TFT, and how TFT ones could never, due to its insane complexity. Yeah, like, I think that's true. I think that makes a lot of sense. I mean, chess is a very complex game, and, you know, like, they've been able to have, you know, computers learn chess, but, like, TFT, like, not to say TFT is a harder game than chess, but, like, it kind of, that's an entirely different discussion. But yeah, the level of complexity is so high. Ever seen Hacker Mech Jax before? Cool stuff. Oh, you should see I think game 2. I'll end up putting it up on my my channel, but it was like an hour ago in the VOD. Someone played Hacker Mech Jax to a really, really solid performance. Won't spoil anything, but yeah. 2 different game trees. Poker solvers can't even manage solving pots with 3+ players. Yeah, so, like, in TFT, I just think there's infinite complexity. So it's it will probably never be solved, which, you know, to some players I think is definitely a good thing, because then it's just based on, you know, human intuition. Some people think having, like, stats is too much. All right, so we have this Shen board versus what's that other board? 42 HP. There's the other win streaking player, right? Hand over to this board so I can see it. Oh, it's the Infinity. Oh yeah, the Sivir board. Okay. Wasn't Dota solved by bots? I mean, I think Dota's even, like, a little bit easier. And I don't know if it was, I mean, someone can, because I know they did have a computer play Dota. But I almost think, like the level of randomness introduced in TFT, like Dota, you know, you click up here, you can tell what's going to happen, basically. And you're only, like, my champion versus their champion, you only have, like, a select number of abilities. But, like, TFT, it's very hard to say, like, you would have to simulate out, if you wanted to simulate all these possibilities, you'd have to simulate out all the possibilities for your next shot, which is, like, really, really hard. And then, like, there's the added complexity of, like, you can level whenever you want to, you can roll whenever you want to. So I'm sure some kind of, like, AI or computer could give us some insight about TFT, but I don't know. It seems very hard. Man, this Sivir board is cranking. This Shen board win streaked up to here, but this Sivir board, level 9, Ezreal 2, Infiniteam Fiddle 2 with Gunblade Morellos. 2 Fiddle 2s on the board? Wait, you could actually go for TFT, or TFT. I read TFT while I was talking. They could actually go for Fiddle 3. This actually could be a Fiddle 3 angle. You know, the one thing, okay, it's not even anything, but, like, what if when the clone spawned, like, the second Fiddle, What if the fiddle's just like combined, you know? Rolling down for fiddle 3. Still a decent amount of gold. Yeah, we're nowhere near it. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. No fiddle 3, sadly. Only needed 2 more, but just doesn't have the gold to hit it. Needs like a double fiddle shop here. I mean, maybe if the other player could live, but I don't know. Each of these fights is like a 10-0. Yeah, all right. That's going to be a win for the Sivir carry augment. Another really, really cool game. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitch. I'll leave the links down.